Hey guys, we did it! Cashing these in for this little beauty.
Of course you are.
Hey buddy, welcome to the family.
All right. Today, we've had a request. We've had a request to make a beginner craps video. What do you think about that?
I'm excited because I like craps. It's probably my favorite game, and I don't know much about it. So,
Well, let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens. So, at any rate, craps, when I first started deciding I wanted to watch or play some craps, I was just lost. Because as you can see by the table, there looks like there's a million ways to bet on everything.
it's intimidating for sure. Yeah, craps is intimidating.
And, you know, when I see it in the casino, there's never an empty table.
Right.
And it's always some yelling and screaming and some pushing and hands and money getting thrown. And it's super confusing.
Yes.
So I think our best bet to maybe look at what a beginning craps thing would look like is to eliminate just about everything but the simplest things.
Okay.
So everything in the middle of the screen where it says make them all 7, all hards, and the horn bet, let's just not even worry about any of that.
Right.
Right? All that stuff in the middle doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter yet.
Correct.
Right.
For what we're going to talk about today. So we're going to worry about the little puck up in the corner that says off, up in the top right corner. We're going to worry about the big numbers on the top right, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to worry about that thing called the pass line. I think if we can help people understand that little bit of stuff right there, you could actually show up at a casino and play a little bit of craps.
Right.
So let's just start right here.
Just go. So one thing that I guess is proper craps etiquette, you have to wait till the puck says off, right, to throw your money down.
Right. So
Unless you have chip. If you have chips, you can. It doesn't matter.
right. So one of those things is like we talked about this the other day. Like when you play blackjack, a lot of people get upset if you don't draw when you're supposed to draw, or if you take a card when you're not supposed to. People freak out.
Right. Yes, that's happened to me a couple times.
So on craps, the little black puck that says off up in the corner, if the puck says off, people welcome you to the table to put your cash on the table, to buy in and get ready to place bets.
Another beginner rule. There's a lot of rules at the casino. You don't hand your money to the dealer.
Oh, that's right.
I always try to do. I always try to hand it to the dealer. You have to lay it on the table, but you're supposed to wait till the puck says off before you can lay it. And like craps there's a lot of stuff going on constantly. It seems like
Yeah.
a lot of people yelling, placing bets. But when the puck is off, that's a good time to come in with your cash.
Yeah, and you got to be really quick.
Yeah.
Because people are getting the dice and they're throwing them. They're not
Right.
waiting for you. So we'll start with this little puck up there that says off. If it says off, that just means the turn has not started yet, right? So somebody has to do what they call establishing a point. And until that puck says on, there's some rolls that are going to occur to establish the point. So a couple things we got to talk about that is. A point is going to be one of these numbers, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, or 10. One of them has to be established. It's got to roll before the turn begins. So,
Right. Okay, one of my first few times playing, I did not realize this, but if you say you put your cash on the table, the dealer gives you some chips, and then you put the chips on a number, if the point hasn't been established, even if that number is rolled, you don't win.
oh yeah, right. So if the puck says off,
Right.
even if you have bets on the table,
For those numbers,
for the
right.
4, 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10, if the puck is off, those bets are safe, and that means they can't lose, but they also can't win.
Right. I was very confused because I put my number on a 5, and right away a 5 rolled or 1.
And you didn't get any money.
I didn't get any money, and I was confused. So then they said that I could have turned my bet on, but we're not even going to get into that because that is confusing.
All right, so how a turn is going to begin is most of the time somebody's going to put some money on the pass line, and we're just going to do $10 on the pass line. And the pass line is like, if you want to throw the dice,
You have to bet.
You have to play on the pass line.
Right.
Okay. That is a bet that once the point is established, you cannot remove from the table.
Yep. It has to stay up there the entire time.
It has to stay there. And what you're doing when you bet on the pass line is you're placing a 1-to-1 bet. That means if you bet $10, and if you win $10. Okay. You're betting to place the point, right? And whatever the point is, that's the number you're betting on. So let's find out what happens. So let's roll. Okay, we rolled the dice. A 6 is rolled. Okay, and now the puck will turn on, and the point is now 6. So you see where the puck now moved from the right. Now it's on the 6, and it says on.
Right.
Okay, now the bets are live. And my bet over here on the pass line of $10, I'm betting that a 6 will roll before the bad number. Now, sometimes they call the bad number Big Red.
Yeah, this is another etiquette that I had to learn because I yelled it out real loud. I didn't realize that you're not supposed to say 7.
Yeah, you don't say 7 at the craps table while the dice are on.
Right.
You don't do that.
Yeah, but you need to explain if this is a tutorial.
Yeah.
Like, I had no idea what. My very first time playing craps, I had no idea what was going on. I gave the dealer my money. I said, I'm going to bet on 9. The guy that was rolling dice rolled like, I don't know, 8 9s in a row, like right in a row. And every single time the dealer handed me money, I put it in my purse. I was like, this is my game. I like it.
All right, so we're going to keep this real simple the first time. We're going to try to hit the point and win our $10. Okay? So we're going to roll. We're not going to place any other bets yet. Okay, we got a 3. That 3 doesn't matter, right? It doesn't make any difference at all. We want to roll a 6 right now. For us to win, we want to roll a 6. So we're going to get some rolls in, 2 3s in a row. There's lots of ways to bet on pretty much everything, but right now, all we're worried about is trying to roll a 6. Okay, and we're going to roll 3 3s in a row. And if we're betting in a different way, we can make a fortune right now, but we're not worried about that. We want a 6 and not a 7. That's what we want. So let's see what happens here. So we got a 10, doesn't help us, right? We're just trying to win our points so you can see what this looks like, and then we'll place bets a different way. Okay, 12, we're not going to get anything we want. So if you had placed other bets on the table, like people are going to be throwing money around while we're trying to hit our 6 here. People are going to be betting on all the numbers. They're going to be betting in the field called the come. They're going to be betting in the field. They're going to be betting in the middle. They're going to be betting the talls. And they're going to be throwing money all over the table. People will win. They'll get paid out. They're going to up their bets. They're going to press. They're going to say all kind of words. And it doesn't matter. All you have to worry about right now is rolling a 6, right? Because when we are on the pass line, we bet the point to win. Okay, and right now is one of those glorious rolls. If we had money everywhere, we would make a fortune. But we're not doing that right yet. We've rolled 3 8s and 2 10s, every other number but 6 and the bad number. So hopefully we can prove a point here pretty soon. Okay, we're still rolling. Right, we're still rolling. We got $10 on the pass line.
Snake eyes.
Didn't something happen on Snake Eyes not too long ago?
Yes, it did.
All right, so we rolled a 7. All right, so the 7 rolls, 4 3 7. You're going to hear something like 7 out, and all bets on the table that we're concerned with, all bets are going to lose. Okay, so we lose our $10. The puck is now off again, and that turn is over. Okay, if you had bets on the 4, 5, 8, 9, or 10, most of those hit. Those people were going to win. Okay, and they're going to be exchanging money. But our bet was only on the point, only on the pass line, and so we did not roll another 6, so we lost our $10. First of all, if you want to play craps in the casino, good luck getting the table. Mm-hmm. They're always really busy, and this is a really expensive game. If you want to play...
I disagree.
It can be really expensive.
Yeah, it can be really expensive if you place several bets.
Yeah, if you want to place a few bets, I would think... we found a $10 table the other day, but I think you'd be hard-pressed to find something less than $15 a bet.
I agree with that. But I think... I mean, I played some of the card games, and I tend to think that some of the card games, like especially the poker where you have to play an ante, I think that kind of adds up too.
That's true.
So I don't think that necessarily it just depends on how you bet, I think, on this one. You can definitely bet some money.
That could be. All right, so let's get another turn started, and we're going to bet another couple numbers this time.
All right.
Okay, so
explain the pass line too on the coming out roll.
Okay.
And what the coming out roll is.
oh, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, so before the turn starts, when the puck is still off, this is called the coming out roll. We have
And
to
now that this has changed, the puck went off, a new shooter.
yeah, a new guy throwing the dice, new girl throwing the dice. And so when the puck is off and somebody's placed their pass line bets and there's no point established, now it's called the coming out roll, right? And anybody on the pass line, this is where you actually have a slight advantage against the casino right now. If you at any other time, if you roll a 7 is bad.
Right.
Right now, if you roll a 7, you win.
Right.
Okay, but only on the pass line, not on any other bet that we're concerned with right now. So if we roll a 7 or an 11 on the coming out roll and we're on the pass line, we win our pass line bet 1-1. If we roll a 2, a 3, or a 12, we lose our pass line bet, right? And then we have to replace it in order to roll again. Okay. Now, if you don't want to roll, you can skip all of this part and just bet on some numbers. Okay. But we're going to play the way a lot of folks play.
But if you're betting on numbers now,
They don't count.
they don't count.
And we rolled a 7. All right.
So we win.
we win our pass line bet, and I upped it to $15. So we are up $5 overall now. Okay. So we're going to replace our pass line bet, $15, because most of the tables you're going to find are $15. All right. So we're going to roll. All right. Our point is now 5. 5 is rolled.
All right. Now also talk about, because I don't really understand this either, the odds behind the pass line.
Okay. So before we place any other bets, if you're on the pass line, that's a 1-to-1 bet. And it doesn't make a lot of sense for you to bet on, let's say, the 5, because the 5 is the point now. It doesn't make much sense to bet only a 1-to-1 bet when betting straight up on the 5 pays more than 1-to-1. So we're gonna place 2 times our bet behind our bet. Okay, so 2, 3. All right, so we got $30 on our odds, if I can see that right. Now, what that does, that increases our original bet to $45. Our pass line bet will pay 1-to-1 if we win, and our odds bet will pay 3-2, like a blackjack. Okay, so now what that does is that makes that $45 bet better than betting $45 on the 5. Okay. Supposedly somehow this takes the advantage away from the casino. I don't know really how that is.
I'm not sure. The first time I did this on the pass line with odds, I was playing next to a guy who had a bunch of chips, and I was just trying to do what he was doing. So, and it did. I got up real fast.
All right, so now we're going to talk about betting some of these numbers up top. All right, first off, the 6 and 8 are going to pay the same. They're going to pay 7 to 6. That means they're going to pay $7 for every $6 that you bet. And in a nice little twist, the 6 and the 8 have to be bet in multiples of 6. Mm-hmm, yeah. All right, so right now we're going to go ahead and say we're going to bet 10 on the 6 and 8.
Well, that's not a multiple of 6.
Well, we have to cap them off with 1s.
Okay.
Okay, so now we have 12 on the 6 and 12 on the 8.
Okay.
And basically we have on our pass line and odds bet, we have $45 on the 5.
So this is how it gets expensive.
Right. So if you want a chance to hit multiple numbers and get paid more often, you got to cover more numbers.
Right.
But now you have 45, 55, 65. We have $69 at risk here.
Right.
Right.
Now, the nice thing is what I like about craps versus, like, let's say roulette. Like, if you bet a number on roulette, you spin the ball, that number doesn't hit, your money's gone. But here, your money stays until a 7 is rolled.
Well, let's see what we can do. Let's see what we got. All right, I'm going to roll the dice. Roll a 10. Doesn't help us. We want a 5, 6, or an 8.
But all of our money is still up there. We don't have to put it up.
Correct. 2 10s in a row. Now, we could bet on the 4 and the 9 and the 10 and everything else we have up here, but we're not worried about that right now. We're just showing examples of how to bet a little bit. And we rolled a 7.
So now we lose everything.
Now we lose everything.
Now the puck goes off, a new shooter.
Now the puck is off. We lost our $69, and now we are down. Okay? So now another turn, we'll start again. So let's go small. Let's say we're on a $10 table, right? We got $10 on the pass line and 12. So we will lose. 2, 3, or 12, you lose on the pass line, come out, roll. You gotta replace that bet.
That's what craps is.
That is, 2, 3, or 12, or 2 or 3, 2, 3, or 12, craps. Craps 12, craps 2, craps 3, you're out.
Yeah. Another thing I like about craps is they always have little cheers, it seems like.
So the point is a 9. I've heard the phrase Nina be yelled for 9 and Shaka, saucy, for some reason. All right, so 9 is the point. We have $10. We're going to place 1 times odds, right? So we got basically $20 on the 9. So we talked about how the 6 and 8 paid 7 to 6, but we're going to place a $10 bet on the 5, and the 5 and the 9 pay 3 to 2. That means you'll win $3 for every $2 that's bet, kind of like blackjack. Okay, so right now we have bets on the 5 and the 9. Let's go ahead and place the 4. Right, so we're gonna bet $10 on the 4, and the 4 and 10 pay 9 to 5. You'll win $9 for every $5 that you bet.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Isn't that great?
But you don't really need to know all of that when you go up.
You put
The dealer will help you.
And we rolled a 7 on our first turn. So we lose everything we just had up there.
Does happen.
It happened to us on the second table we played on the other day, often.
Yeah.
So as you can see, we've thrown 3 turns and lost badly on every one. We haven't hit a number yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are just ways that you can bet and play. We tend to sometimes play the pass line and see if we can establish this point. 8 is the point. And we'll go ahead and sometimes I don't even bother placing odds, but that's really not a good idea. You should place some odds. We're going to put 1 bet on the 6. And we're going to cover the 6 and 8, and we're going to see if we can't get some numbers here. And we rolled a 7 again.
Oh.
So
all right, stop doing the pass line. Let's just do a number. That's what I like to do sometimes. Is just pick a number that I feel.
Okay, so what we're going to do is, because this simulator is kind of weird, we have to do it a different kind of way. So we're going to pick the 9. We're going to bet $10 on the 9, and if you look at the bottom right, you're going to see my off puck shine. I'm going to turn my 9 bet on. Okay, I'm going to work the come out roll. That's what this is called. The puck is off, but my bet is now live. So if he rolls a 7, I lose, even with the puck off. But if they roll a 9, then I win, because my bet is working. So if you want to work the come out roll, you would tell the dealer, hey, put me on, give me the 9, please. Working, right? Make my bets live.
I'll do that.
Well, the other way hasn't worked for us today. 9, look at that.
Okay,
all right,
good
so
job.
the 9 pays. The 9 is now the point, right? And in this simulator, your bet comes down automatically. But on a real craps table, it's pretty much going to stay there.
Unless you ask for it to be.
Unless you ask for it to be turned off or take me down.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Except you can't do that on the pass line.
right. You can remove all of your bets from just about everywhere whenever you want, except on the pass line. That's anchored there. It's staying. Okay, so we're going to see if we can roll some more 9s, right? So we got paid 3 to 2 on that 9 for $10. The math on this is so confusing because everything pays different. We rolled another 9. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Okay, so
I
we're
got
gonna,
rich off a 9 one time. That's that.
all right, and that was the point. But we're going to leave our 9 there, and we're going to turn our 9 back on. Okay, we're just going to keep it working. Okay, we've got paid basically blackjack on our 9. We got $10 on the 9, and we won 3 to 2, and we got $10 on the 9, and we got paid 3 to 2. So now we're rolling for a 9. We find ourselves playing like this a good bit. We'll put 1 number, and if you get a little bit lucky, you hit a couple of them. There's a 7, so we lose. Right, so overall, we hit 2 9s and we lost $10, but we won 15 twice. We won $30 and lost 10. So on that shooter, we made $20.
Yeah.
Okay? And basically, if you want to just play craps, you don't have to play the pass line. You can wait till the point is established. You can put $10 or $15 or $20, whatever you're comfortable with. Put it on one of those 6 numbers up top. and wait for it to roll. All of them pay better than 1-to-1. The 6 and 8 pay slightly better than 1-to-1. Like if you're not concerned with how to math out 7 to 6, they pay a little better than 1-to-1. The 5 and the 9 pay like blackjack, right? If you were to get a blackjack, like 3-to-2. So they pay about 1.5 to 1.
And that's because you're more likely to roll a 6 or an 8 than you are a 5 or a 9.
Correct.
You're more likely to roll a 5 or a 9 than you are a 4 or a 10. So that's why.
Yep. And the 4 or 10 pays just not quite 2-to-1. They pay 9-to-5. So you can go to a craps table, feel reasonably good about, okay, as long as I roll a 5 before I roll a 7, I'm going to win.
Yeah.
Or whatever the point may be. And you can bet on any one of those 6 numbers. You can pull it down. You can move it around. I've had where I had the number on the 6 and it hit, and I was like, can you please move it to the 8? And they'll move it to the 8, right? I'll hit again. I'll be like, okay, can you press it up $5 more?
Right.
So in this instance, we had on our bankroll $275 or something like that. We definitely lost this time. So it's all about your comfort level. Like in our first 2 or 3 rolls, we lost $69. We lost $40. Like we're down $100 in a hurry. But if you don't want to make all those bets, bet the 8.
Right.
Bet it on the 5.
Yeah, just
Right.
bet one number. And you, like I said, I like it because the energy at the table is always fun. And you can potentially, like, even if you're only betting the minimum, which might be $15 or $25, you might be able to play for a good while.
What I have noticed in the time that I've played craps, you witnessed what could happen all the time. Lots of 7s, lots of bad numbers in a hurry. But the same is also true in the other direction. If you happen to be on the table and your numbers hit, they could be over and over again. You can make a lot of money.
Yes. That was my first time playing, and I had no idea what was happening. I had no idea how I was getting paid, but it was fun.
Yeah, it's like anything else. If you go into the casino, you got to know what you're getting into, and you can lose a fortune playing craps in a hurry. But at the same time, we sat next to a guy just the other day. He had about $100, and within 2 shooters, he had his entire rack full of $25 chips.
I think he cashed out after that with like $2,800.
And that was in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? So you can make a
was
small
fun.
fortune. But hopefully this sheds some light on how to play this. It is, like you said, it is intimidating.
It is, yeah.
And it can get really confusing if you start locking in some of these other bets that are all over this table.
And I mean, just sitting next to the people who are yelling out all these crazy things. Like,
yeah, it's loud and there's a
what,
lot going on. Yeah.
Yo.
That's right. Put it on the yo.
Yeah.
Let me get a $20 horn.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about that if you don't want to.
Right.
Right. That's for another lesson. But if you have any other questions, put it in the comments.
Yeah. We'll answer them. Or you'll answer them.
We'll try. All right. Hope this helps. Let us know.